Welcome, everyone. This is Matrix Lord 212, and this is the live stream. Hello, everybody. Okay, so want to talk about Doctor Who. Right now it's 7:13 in the morning. I'm getting this out real quick, and then I have to go. But I want to talk about Doctor Who lately. And lately in the news, there is no news hardly. They've been very secretive on set. There was this Chaos in Cardiff thing. BBC have not come out to make any announcements. They made it where people are running wild with the stuff that they found out, and then things were evolving into the ridiculousness. Then it turns out that at the death of Terrence Dick's announcement, that they said now the showrunner of Doctor Who, Chris Chibnall, will speak out, meaning nobody knew what was happening, and people thought that he was gone and Jodie was gone until they flat out said that he was going to make an announcement as he's a showrunner. Again, other things with the BBC have come up where people are like, I'm waiting for an official announcement of BBC. I'm waiting for the BBC to officially announce. I'm waiting for this. I'm not listening to anyone. I'm not listening to you. Here's the thing. The BBC are not officially announcing anything, okay? And that is the problem. The problem is they are using different methods this time to get the word out, and just like radio times, right? Now, and this is where it brings relevance to what I have to say. Instead of the BBC coming out and saying anything about Chaos in Cardiff or anything in general, they are utilizing sites and magazines and different things. Like Radio Times wants to talk for them. They're like, all right, go ahead, say what you have to say. It's okay. They're not saying it themselves, okay? Radio Times comes out and they don't have any, they don't have the proper source either. And what they do is they say a statement that Chaos in Cardiff is nonsense, right? And their source is anonymous, but of course the BBC could step in at any moment and put a stop to it, but the BBC do not want to say anything. So they're like, all right, Radio Times, we're not going to say anything. Sure, right? They're going to let them say what they have to say until they step in, obviously. Now, Radio Times is not the spokesperson or spokespeople for Doctor Who. They put out news on sci-fi and all the stuff. Now, while most of the stuff is Doctor Who and everything, and they want the scoopy or whatever, the scoop, they don't speak for them. But the BBC are tending to use people to their advantage. Not that they're purposely using, but they don't want, there's this thing about it, and I've spoken to my source about it. There's this arrogance, this, in my opinion, arrogance, because my source was from the BBC. And it's like, they don't feel they have to say a damn thing to anybody. Doesn't matter if you're a fan for a year or 50 or 60 or whatever. They are like here, and they don't have to say nothing, okay? And no matter what, they feel like, why should we address this? Why should we address that? Who do we care, right? And this is the same mentality where when Doctor Who is off the air for like months and year and missing a season, it's like, don't care. They're just doing their thing, and it's like, you watch it, you watch it. You don't watch it, you don't watch it. They don't have that thing where it's like, oh, let's give fans what they want, or let's make an announcement, show them everything's fine. No, it ain't about that. It's like they're here, and they're like, we're the BBC, and it's like, we don't have to tell you nothing. Here's your teaser, here's your trailer, goodbye. And it's nothing. Just so when they announced that Terrence Dick died, and they're like, all right, here's your show on a Doctor Who. Chris Chibnall say something. Like, you could say something. It's like, wait, what? Chris Chibnall's like still showrunner on Doctor Who? What the? And a lot of people got pissed. I got to tell you, because we were fed this information, this rumor, which we're trying to confirm, is it true, is it not true? I found out that there's semblance of truth into it. Of course, there's semblance of truth into everything. But the thing was, there was a big hullabaloo. And the only problem is that the hullabaloo, this big blowout this year, was exposed quicker. And but the thing was resolved already. So by the time it was resolved, it was leaked, and then when it was leaked, they were both angry. BBC were angry. Chris Chibnall was angry because it wasn't done in a malice way. It was like, here it is. You have, from what I was told, your own people are not happy that their boss is getting like fighting whatever and different things, and they don't agree, and leaked something to somebody, and then they blew it up, but it was already resolved. But when they got it, when it was leaked, by the time they posted it, it was already resolved already. So now Chibnall was upset because well, on one hand he feels, as people are loyal to him, that's great. He didn't want this to get out. So he's mad in another instance. But what could he do? So there was a fight last series with Chibnall and Jody with the BBC, not against each other. And people were like, this can't be real, blah, blah, blah. And then after a couple of months, it was confirmed it was flat out real. I guess it was Starburst magazine, where they both were going to quit. And then the BBC, like they made amends with the BBC, but then it was like left where, well, there's a bad taste in their mouth. Don't be surprised if the next series, Jody regenerates, Christian leaves. And that was where it was left because it wasn't completely resolved from what we heard. But here we go. So now we go into this series. People still remembering that something occurs. There is a massive hullabaloo thing. It's resolved where Chris Chibnall somehow is given more power than he's ever had before. Meaning more power. He has more power in a sense than Russell T. Davies or Moffat would have say, which is weird. I don't know how this happened, why this happened, but it happened. But then after he got more power, it was leaked that there was chaos incarnate. And of course, it's outdated compared to the fact that it was resolved already. But now it's coming like, you're getting the news late. We're all getting the news late. And then because the BBC doesn't flat out say, hey, this is what's going on, and it's over, they just kept quiet, which made it worse, which made some sites take advantage of the rumor and expand upon it, right? And then add stuff to it. And then you don't know what was fact, what was not fact, what was rumor, not rumor, whatever. So it took, Terrence Dick died and then his family released it days later. So when the news was released about Terrence Dix, it was days later. It wasn't that he died that day. So like when everybody was like saying stuff like, oh, when news was coming in, they're like, how could you talk about this? So Terrence Dix died days before that. So when the news was leaked. So it wasn't like you were treading on, how dare you do this video or that video. Terrence Dix died and why are you talking about it like this? No, it wasn't about that. Terrence Dix died days before the news came out. So it wasn't like you're doing something that day. It wasn't that. So they announced that basically Chris Chibnall, the showrunner and Doctor Who, was going to say something. Now, again, here's the thing, right? If there's so many battles with him, let's just say there's battles between Chris Chibnall and BBC. BBC's not going to force. He's not. First of all, he doesn't have to be forced to write something wonderful about a friggin' legacy icon legend like Terrence Dix. Okay, no one's going to force him to write something beautiful about a man who was like an amazing, amazing icon. Okay, you do it from the heart. So of course, Chris Chibnall from the heart. He's the showrunner Doctor Who made a statement. So again, I'm going to stress this. Nobody forced anybody to do anything. Chris Chibnall came out and said what he had to say, but he was announced as the BBC announced him, the showrunner of Doctor Who is going to say a few words. And he is the showrunner of Doctor Who. Now, there's another factor of this is that, and again, here I learned a lot past month or so in a sense of this. We have some people out there, I'm not mentioning any names, that are they could be different opinion, me, whatever, right? I see new types of Doctor Who fans all the time, and I didn't realize this existed. There are fans that love Jody. There are fans that don't love Jody. There are fans that love Chibnall. They don't love Chibnall. There are channels that want to be the top Doctor Who guy, right? Or girl, whatever. They want to be the top thing. They'll want to play nice with others. They'll want to like be friends, whatever, but they don't really want to be friends. They just want to see what they can get from you. You get something for you, whatever. But then when it comes to the point where your news conflicts with their news and they don't want to look bad, they want to bury what you said. So they don't want to say everything because then it's like going against their ideology, which is messed up because either you're going to share the news or you're not going to share the news. You're going to share the stuff, you're not going to share it. You can't say that you can't reveal the news when you reveal all kinds of nonsense in the first place. So everybody knows what I'm talking about. And then the stuff comes true, but then you never aired it anyway. So it's like, whatever. So I had this thing where I was being friendly to this guy, new channel, whatever, some commenting things. I gave him a scoop, he ran with it. Then I gave him another scoop and didn't run with it. And it's fine, you don't have to use everybody's stuff. But then on LiveStream, I felt belittled a little bit, where I was like, hey, not for nothing, I'm doing this stuff for years. Like, why is this guy talking about me like I don't have a source, or I'm the only guy talking about this, no one else? I felt like wrong. I felt wronged. I felt that wasn't right. Bad portrayal of me. So I got annoyed with that. And then it was a little bit of a thing, and now we don't talk, whatever, and that's fine. But it irks me, and I'm not saying this individual in general, but the problem is that I just want to talk about Doctor Who, and I want to do the news as I always did. And if there's new people pop in my life, that's great. But then I don't have time for agendas, So if you want to build your channel up and you're really making friends with people just to use them to accelerate, but then dump them when you feel like it, I'm not for that. So, or you want to give shout out to all these people that, whatever, just to get a mention. That's not nice either, because, if you're going to get big and then you're going to dump people, that's not good. So there's a lot of channels out there that are just not my cup of tea. Can I say that? I'm not saying that they're bad. It's just not my cup of tea. I have my own set thing about people, and, I want it to be where you live and let live. There shouldn't be any channel out there attacking other channels, saying they can't donate, they can't there's a feature on YouTube that you're allowed to donate to YouTubers. If you could give, an actor $1,000 to take one picture, I think if you have a YouTuber and they're allowed point service and they're doing a donation for their channel, whatever, you could donate if you want. And if you don't want, oh well, but it's part of YouTube. So it isn't wrong. It isn't whatever, it's policy. You believe that you shouldn't donate, then don't donate to the YouTuber. Okay? Right now I have this live stream. You don't have to donate to me. You don't have to donate to my PayPal. You don't have to do the super chat. I'm doing a video. So I'm not doing this for money or whatever. I'm doing it to have fun. That's why I'm doing a live stream. I don't see anybody speaking in here, but that's fine. Nobody's sending any comments, but I just want to get the word out because I need to clarify stuff the past couple of days. So again, my idea of everybody should live and let live, do their own podcast. Nobody should belittle. Nobody should knock. I felt I was knocked because the guy wanted news. I gave it to him. He reported it, but then all of a sudden he didn't report it. And then it's like, well, I don't know if his sources are right. I don't know if this, he's the only guy talking about this. So I'm just going to discount it as nonsense. And meanwhile, hey, dude, don't do that on a live stream. That's not cool about me. So people don't understand that wasn't cool. If they watch their own stream, they'll realize, oh yeah, that was foul to do that to Matrix Lord. But anyway, and then I'm gonna speak my opinion. I don't like anybody attacking. I never liked bullying in Doctor Who. I don't like people bullying Doctor Who fans. People were saying, "Oh, you're a Jodie fan. The heck with you. Oh, you're getting donations for your channel. You could do donations too, okay?" And I'm sure that this person that does live streams making money on his live streams, according to Social Blade, he is. Just so. Don't make it like, oh my God, how dare you? Meanwhile, you're collecting a check too. So that's my annoyance with that. And if the person wants to block me for saying my opinion of how I don't feel I was treated right, that's fine. So anyway, that being said, that's that nonsense. So then I entered the Twitter world, and I was like, I never really tweet to people, just talking to people. So when I was talking a little bit, people were hostile because who the hell is this guy? Who the hell is Matrix Lord 2? Who's this guy? Because I don't really tweet. So I don't really go into the Twitter world talking to people. There's a lot of nice people there. I was like, oh, this would be a cool thing to meet new Whovians. So it was met with a little hostility, and then some people like a little reserved. Not that anybody meant to attack or anything. Nobody. It just a lot of people were just like, who's this? Thinking I'm a newbie, thinking I just made a video like a week ago. Meanwhile, I've been doing this almost 8 years. Thousands. And look, every time I say I have the most Doctor Who videos in history, it's not that I'm bragging. It's that I have the most videos in Doctor Who in history. Do you ever think of that? And I'm passionate. So I love that I have the most videos, period. And if anybody has any more videos than me, I like to see it. But if they don't, oh well, I have that title. And one day I'll have a Guinness book about it. A Guinness Book World Records, probably. But anyway, I'm proud that I have 8,000 videos. I'm proud that I have 1,633. Well, it's going to be today. 1,633 Real Whovians Cast podcasts on it. I also have the Real Whovians Cast Unlimited. We talk single Real Whovian members. I have tons and thousands of videos on Doctor Who, so I'm proud of that. So when I say it with heart that I love that I've done that. That's not bragging to me. Okay, I'm saying when you do a resume, what do? You put on your resume, you did all these things. Is that bragging? No, it's a resume. So you're showing people what you've done and you try to get a job or whatever, right? So me saying what I've done is not bragging. Okay, that's what I've done. So I'm getting that out of the way too, that clarification. All right, we're getting off topic. So here's the thing. We know BBC don't care to say announcements. They have this ego or this thing, and they just feel, why would I have to answer this person? Absolutely not. I'm the BBC. It's like, that's the thing, really. It's like an entity, it's like a person. Like the BBC is a person. They're like, we're the BBC. Today, we're not making announcements because we don't feel like it. And then they do what they want to do. So Radio Times speaks out. They don't say anything. And it takes a depth for them to acknowledge that Chris Chibnall's still the showrunner. Anyway, we don't have to like it. And they don't really care if we like it or not. But whatever. So anyway, knowing that they, Radio Times is speaking for them and not really, but whatever, there are other things that they do. And this added listing to this site that had years worth of stuff before is kind of lazy. I must admit. The video that I made, and I gotta apologize, I look like shit. I looked terrible. I just watched some of the video. I'm like, oh my God. I made a video on my break when I was sweating and looking like a sweaty pig. I look like death warmed over. I look like, do you want to date that person? No, I'm not. Sharon's my girlfriend. I'm just saying in general. It's like, I wouldn't watch that person's videos. So that I was actually more upset that I put the video up because of the way I looked than what the content was in the video. Because I was sweaty. I basically was work for almost 2 days on my break instead of eating. Of course, I'm making the Doctor Who video. That's my mentality. Could have ate a little bit, but no, I made a Doctor Who video. So again, also, I'm getting this. My source sends me this message at a limited time on my break. Popped out the video, saw the thing, whatever. Okay. The site that listed the Doctor Who. First of all, let's look at this for a second. The site is not what I would consider. The way it was done was very lazy. Looking at it, it's like, why are you listing previous Christmases? In other words, it was almost as if it was a thread and stuff was added to it, and you saw underneath it the previous years. And the way that Doctor Who was listed was Doctor Who Christmas Special to be released on New Year's Day, 2020. Why does it say that? Well, if you watch my videos in the past, I've said it over and over and over and over and over it again, but I'll say it again. There was a Christmas special that's supposed to come out. Chris Chibnall doesn't like Christmas specials. I have no idea why. I have no idea why he wants to. Like, if there was a little kid and looking up at him, is there going to be a Christmas special today? And he'll smile at them. No! It's like, doesn't give a shit. For whatever reason. So, when my sources tell me this, it's like, he's talking to me and he's like, we're trying to get this effing guy to put the damn thing out for Christmas because it's a Christmas special, like, kind of theme. And he's like, no. And like every day, he has final say, Chibnall, because he's powerful, more powerful now. So he's like, no. And they're like, but why? You're like, no. Every day, no, no. It's like, are we there yet? No. Are we there yet? No. So the BBC's like, want it out? No. Want it out? No. Why do they want it out Christmas rather than New Year's? Very simple. The only thing we have for Doctor Who in 2019 is the New Year's Day special, right? Just made a deal with HBO Max, has a deal with China. Christian will promise Doctor Who every year, not delivering, kind of. I mean, they only have one episode for 2019, and I told you that's why they put the 2019 New Year's Day special in there, so they could say they have something out for 2019. That was the only reason why, because they figured, he's not going to make it, so. But to them, it's like putting something else out in 2019. They could always say, look, there's two things in Doctor Who. They're trying, but he will not budge. So that's why it's listed as a Doctor Who Christmas special released on New Year's Day, because it's basically the damn Christmas special that he won't release until New Year's Day. Maybe Santa's in it, maybe not. I'm joking around. That's not it. But he just has this thing. So you know what? That's Chibnall. Stop bothering him about a Christmas special. He just doesn't like to do it. Won't do it. Won't budge. Won't budge. So I guess a little sarcasm there, where if the BBC used this friggin', can't say shitty site, but if they're doing weird stuff lately and they're not coming out and saying stuff, so Radio Times Speak First, order stuff on the website, stuff's happening. Okay. So it listed there as Doctor Who Christmas special on New Year's Day. Okay, so what does this mean? Well, it means, if you're watching this video, I suggest you wait till Children in Need, where they actually announce the damn thing officially, because it doesn't look like they ain't saying shit until Children in Need. And I know that's ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous. I mean, we're in September, October, November. Yes. It is beyond ridiculous to find out about a Doctor Who holiday special like 2 months before. Beyond. But just think what they did with the 50th. They waited till like a month before to start promoting that crap. And it was not that it's crap. I'm just saying in general. So I would like to have a teaser, like this week, next week. Not going to happen probably. Or October. Something, a mention. Probably not, because they're annoyed with the whole leaks and chaos and Cardiff, so they're probably not going to say shit. But here's the thing. Now, this is a common sense thing I'm about to say, right? And I have to address it this way. I'm not being a dick. Please, don't think I'm a dick. But here's the thing. You have common sense. You have Comic-Con, New York City, October. You have Doctor Who people, right? Like, they were there at Comic-Con last year. Why? Jodie Whittaker's the first female Doctor. They finagled, moved stuff around. She was there, right? Do they need to finagle and move stuff around now? No. Why? Well, one, they're still filming. Are they still going to be filming in October? Probably. Because if you think about it, they're filming later than they did than it was done last time. So if they filmed it's a 10-month shoot, right? Aren't they going to be done in October? Right? And when I say done in October, Series 12 is probably going to be wrapped very soon. But a special. Now, here's the thing about special. I was told there's going to be a special and then the Series 12. There is quite possibly another special that is going to be part of a block that is not, like, in other words, you'll have a special, which will be Doctor Who returning early 2020. It will be the special, not the series. I know that sucks, right? Yeah. That's how they get out of that loophole. It's like, here's a special, 2020, New Year's Day. Then you're like, what the hell is Series 12? You gotta wait. Why? Because marketing. If you're gonna build up a special, you can't jump ahead. All right. So let me go back to Comic-Con. Hypothetically speaking, we have a special, right? At Comic-Con, what do you promote? Do you promote Series 12? No. Why? Because you're just passing the special. If the special is next, you promote the special. So you have the marketing. You have a teaser for the special. You have a trailer for the special. Boom, is a special. So if you're going to Comic-Con, if you have to go to Comic-Con, what do you promote at Comic-Con? The special. Could you promote Series 12? No. Why? Because you don't know what's in the special. Might spoil the special. Something in the special might lead into Series 12. Might spoil the special. So if you go to Comic-Con, if you have to have a panel, what is it going to be about? The special. Are you going to fly out all your people? Are you going to pay for them to stay in a hotel? Are you going to pay to feed them for one special? No. Not at all. Skip it. Okay. To me, that's common sense. You don't have to make an announcement by the BBC to say why they're not going to Comic-Con. Okay? Obviously, if you have a special and that's all you have to promote, you're not going to do that at Comic-Con. You're not going to talk about Series 12. They've never done that. If you have a special coming up, you've never seen past the special before you even see the thing about the special. So right off the bat, you have a special coming up before Series 12. You don't promote Series 12. You promote the newest, nearest thing. I can't, Hayden. This is a live stream. I will, what do you call it? Do it after the live stream. Oh. I'm sorry, dude. Let me finish this first. So, again, they have a special. So, we'll probably get, let me make sure I speed this up because I don't hate it once again. We're going to get a teaser, trailer. It's going to be special. At the end of the special, there will be a trailer of Series 12. Series 12 will probably be in April. Easter, April 12th. They'll probably be filming Doctor Who, from what I understand, 13. Series 13, the end of February. Is that bad? Yeah, because it's later than last year. What will that mean? I have no idea. So in other words, this new block could be a special, second special, but not like, don't think of it as a second special. This special is related to Series 12, and then the other special will probably connect to Series 13. Why would they give you another special? Because the way it's taking so long to do crap, all right, they want to have Doctor Who. So if you're going to skip a year, they might have a special during that year. So what do we have in 2019? One special. What do we have in 2020? Special and Series 12. What do we have in 2021? Special, and then I don't know what the hell else. So it would be nice if the BBC made an announcement, but they're not. And, you know, that's the way it is. Sean, but they did that in 2016, though. What are you talking about? Explain. Explain! If you're talking about Husbands of River Song then connected to Dr. Mysterio because there was nothing going on. I don't know. But so that's what I'm trying to say. Is like you have a special, they're going to promote the special, then they'll promote the series. And from everything that pointed to me was that there's a special first. Now, people were like, why can't we have Series 12 in January? If you put Series 12 out in January and it finishes in April, right? No, it finishes in March, right? When do you think the next time you see Doctor Who is? Because the special was before Series 10. Yeah. If the next thing a Doctor Who is a special, they're going to promote the special, and then they promote the series. So in this case, we get a special. They're going to promote the special. Oh, you're talking about they went to Comic-Con and they promoted the special, and then they promoted before Series 10. See, here's the thing, though. They're still filming, though. And they're still going to be filming when Comic-Con goes. So they're not going to what they're doing now is they're not going to revolve they're not going to change this filming schedule. There's not a sense of urgency to go to Comic-Con now because they already had last year, whatever. It's not like something massive things happening that they need to change everything around and have, them at a Comic-Con thing. So they're not going to do that this time. I don't understand why, but whatever. It is the way it is. And you got to think of it this way too. Now, Doctor Who popularity, because we can't have action figures, we can't have this, we can't have that, is dropping like flies. So the interest is dropping, and it's not. I'm not saying because the series is doing bad. I'm saying it's because Chibnall is, as a showrunner, he's in charge of everything, right? So why won't you allow them to do action figures? What are you worried about spoiling? Pop out some figures. Pop out Graham, Yaz, Ryan, Tim Shaw, Pating, Witchfinder creatures, everything. Pop out figures galore. You should have a massive marketing push before Doctor Who comes out again, but they're not doing that. Like all these stores are starving for merchandise. They're forgetting what Doctor Who is. Barnes & Noble has nothing because there's no new merchandise, and he's not like where Russell T Davies and Moffat would be concerned about Doctor Who's presence all over the world. Chibnall is not concerned. He's a different animal. So it's like he said what he had to say with her at Comic-Con. Now it's not a sense of urgency for him to promote Doctor Who in New York or anywhere else because he's just a certain straight-minded, whatever, I don't see advertisements in New York. I don't see stuff promoting Doctor Who. He doesn't do that. It's for everyone, but not according to him, because if you look at the merchandise, it's her universe. It's not everybody's universe. So, like, the showrunner is different than the other showrunners, where he's more concerned with just having everything, when he wants to have it. Like, does he want action figures? No. Does he want you to see the damn calendar? He'll probably sue you if you show a calendar picture, which he did. It's like, you showing a sonic screwdriver, I'll take your channel down. It's like, wow. I mean, things were ridiculous on the Chibnall. I got to tell you, I've never had an Instagram pictures taken down, but my pictures of the sonic screwdriver was taken down. But yet, people who they liked and connected with Doctor Who, they allowed them to show the same damn picture I did. So it was biased. Okay, and that's what I experienced. So with Chibnall, it's like only his people are allowed at the party. Only his people are going to take pictures of filming, but then God forbid you use their picture, your channel gets taken down, or everything gets taken down, or people sue, or whatever. It's a different animal entirely now. So Chibnall has a different way of doing things compared to Rusty Davis and Moffat. Should they be doing Comic-Con? Yeah, every year they should, because they need to have a presence at Comic-Con. They need to show the popularity of Doctor Who. They're not making an effort now. Not good. Maybe he was worried about how people would accept another series because a lot of people didn't like the last series. So maybe that's another reason not going to Comic-Con. Is worried about the backlash. Worried about some situations. But I think, I mean, it looks like Series 12 is going to be better than the last series. Maybe because he's doing what he should have did in that series, throwing the kitchen sink at her, and meaning throwing all the villains at her, which they should. So anyway, they put this thing on this site that just it's an add-on to previous years of specials and things and what's Christmas schedule. So you have Christmas, you have New Year's 2020, Christmas 2019, and then they'll show 2018, 2017. You're like, what the hell is this? It's very lazy, I admit. I been able to do things differently. I probably would have rather done a podcast about it than a single video that's 56 seconds. But I decided, let me pop that out there. Didn't realize that people got really angry with my video. Why I mean, it was explained to me a little bit that people, like, I should have, they, throwing out a 56-second video and then nothingness for hours and hours and hours, people are upset. Here's the thing. I love my subscribers. I love my fan base. You know, everybody has fans, right? And I love my people. And I love everybody watching me. Thank you. The problem is that in reality, I have to work for a living. And that has to take precedence over everything else because that pays the bills. YouTube doesn't pay the bills. Getting a penny or for a video or 86 cents or video or whatever doesn't pay the bills. And if it did, it pays an electric bill every couple of months or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So I have, on one hand, I have to work. On the other hand, I have to put up, you know, I can't just abandon my YouTube channel altogether. So past couple of days I'm working so much and I felt, well, Jesus, I'm not putting up any videos. I got to get this up. But it's like you throw something out there and they're like people waiting like, what else? What else? What else? And they're not getting a response because I'm working and then I'm sleeping. You know, if I could do it differently, I probably would have done a Real Beans cast when I got home. But then again, nobody was up anyway. So I probably would have, I would not have done a video and then I would have waited until today and did a Real Beans cast and covered it. But I figured, you know what? Trying to get the news out to everybody right away, popped it out there. I don't think people should have got upset with the video for 56 seconds, I think it was. Whatever I got, I passed it along. I think they just got upset because I couldn't answer them. I couldn't elaborate. Again, I don't like the way things are done with Doctor Who lately. I don't like Chibnall being secretive. I don't like that Doctor Who magazine doesn't have anything. I don't like it that people coming out and saying things from Titan Comics when they don't really know what the hell's happening. Because my idea is, if something does happen in Doctor Who, wouldn't Doctor Who magazine cover it and not Titan Comics? Would Doctor Who magazine say no Christmas special, no New Year's special, and not Titan Comics? I mean, you would think so, right? So when the BBC would announce it, I don't think Titan Comics would be able to announce anything. You know. Now, again, Chibnall should allow Doctor Who magazine to put out stuff on Doctor Who where, you know, you can have Jodie's picture in the magazine like a few times throughout the year, but she's the current Doctor rather than, you know, because you want to promote Doctor Who and they're not promoting Doctor Who because they have nothing to promote. And that's Chibnall's fault. Chibnall's got to bend. He can't treat this like his own private thing. This is something that's the longest running science fiction show in history, and fans demand to know what's going on, and he has to understand that. He has to cater to that, and he has to give them scoops, and when he tells them stuff, they're making fun of him because he's not saying shit, and he needs to say stuff, you know, so he's got to bend, and that's the problem. He doesn't want to bend. Very stubborn, so makes it harder for Doctor Who magazine. Now, of course, if something happens, let's say Doctor Who magazine fails and gets canceled, which it hasn't when Doctor Who was canceled, but here in America, the magazine's dropping like flies because there's nothing new. And for whatever stupid reason, if it comes out in the UK, why can't we have it the same exact time instead of waiting a month behind? So in this day and age with social media and everything, Doctor Who magazine's behind every time it's released here because it's a month behind. or whatever. So nobody wants to get it. They want to look it up on the internet. So a lot of places that were carrying Doctor Magazine are not carrying it anymore here because they're treating it. This is a different day and age. If you're going to have it released in the UK, we should have it a day later, even a week later, not a month later, where it's outdated already. So, but Chibnall needs to see that he's the showrunner of Doctor Who, and he controls what we see, what we don't see. He allows what action figures can be put out or not, because again, he doesn't want to show the companions there's no action figures. He has to sign off on it. There's a damn calendar. He signs off on it. Let me tell you something about that calendar. It was so ridiculous that people were flagging people just for the damn calendar that when it came time to have calendars sold in here in New York, what did I see? Every calendar but Jodie Whittaker, because that's the one he complained about the most. So they released every damn calendar, and they didn't even bother dealing with ordering it because they were just so fed up. Some of the places that I saw here. So that's the thing. You don't want to like alienate your audience or piss people off to even order your product. So you need to have a presence all over the world. You need to have advertisement all over the world. New York especially. Definitely need a presence in New York Comic Con. Definitely need a presence in San Diego Comic Con. Definitely promote what you can promote. BBC do need to make announcements. Chibnall needs to make announcements. Chibnall needs to talk. And if he can't talk, have a PR person that talk for him and keep people apprised of what's going on. If Doctor Who is too long, he needs to do what Moffat did and make mini episodes. Like, give people something. And if you're going to keep cutting Doctor Who, you're going to lose. So he definitely needs to pop out some mini-sodes with Jodie and the guys. He needs to pop out this. I don't care what you can say in the contract, if it's part of the episode or not. If he took, I think Moffat took like 5 minutes off an episode, did mini-sode or something, whatever. Or got a couple of minutes. I don't know what the process is. But, Chibnall needs to be more fan-friendly and more open and understanding that people love Doctor Who, want Doctor Who, need Doctor Who. You need to interact with them. And he doesn't do that as much as the other guys. He's very, very, I don't know what it is. Like, it would be nice if he bends and just, and as far as the Christmas special goes, sometimes you got to do things that you don't necessarily want. And in his case, if everybody wants to have a Christmas special and he doesn't want to do it, he should just give them a Christmas special instead of being like that. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. I don't know what to say. Again, I'm not here to make enemies. I'm here to make friends. I'm here to talk about Doctor Who news. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else. I'm not saying, I'm not bragging. I'm talking just like a resume, And again, I want to get along with everybody, and I don't have time for drama, and I don't have time for people belittling me first and then me responding. I want peace, and I'm gonna continue to do Doctor videos. I'm gonna continue to do my podcasts, and I know there's gonna be a lot of people that are frustrated. I know they're not frustrated at me; they're frustrated about the situation in general. They're frustrated about the BBC, they're frustrated about Chris Chibnall, they're frustrated about Series 11, and they want Series 12 to be better. I'm gonna report it as soon as I get it. I'm gonna try to do it classy and nice, and I'm gonna try to look where I don't look like crap. So it's one thing getting news out fast. Another thing you look like a dog face gremlin. Like the other day I did. I look terrible. Sorry. And I'm gonna try to do Real Beans cast. But again, it's all gonna factor to my sleeping schedule and working, and I'm working a lot more than I usually do because I want to just get caught up with my own stuff. I have projects that I want to get off the ground. Make a little extra money would probably make that happen quicker. So, if we get any news today, I'll report it. We'll do some casts today, later on. Hopefully I could do some more videos. Hopefully I get some stuff from my source, more concrete than that website thing, which was weird. What are you going to do? I gave what I got, so that's what I got. That's all I got. Is that a confirmation of anything? I mean, just if you want to wait till November, just wait till Children in Need, where the BBC themselves do their little trailer about their whole channel, and then they'll do a trailer of Doctor Who, and then you'll be happy. You know, will we get something before that? I'm hoping, but I doubt it lately because they've been so tight-lipped about stuff, and Chibnall too, that I call it stubborn. That we have to wait probably November, I would think. So, anything else, guys? That's it. All right, so next time I do a live stream, I'll probably try to. I know I'm not good at scheduling, but I'll try to, because I want like interaction with you guys just talking to me. Thank you, Sean, for commenting. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Probably gonna be off for like at least a couple hours because it's gonna be memorial for 9/11. Hearts go out to everybody. Families, it was tragedy, really bad day in American history, and I'll be back a couple hours after. Right, so have peace today. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.